people who are in a state of invasion. But yeah, right now, I mean, welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode 592 of the Immigration Answers Show. I'll be here for the next hour until about 4:45. Then I got to pick up Nor and take her to hitting practice. How's everybody doing? How was your weekend? What's going on in your neck of the woods? I see we have a lot of our usual friends here. Glad to see everybody who is here, including my good friend Huli. She'll be watching the boards and making sure that you guys don't misbehave. I'll be here, like I said, trying to help you figure out and navigate our complex U.S. immigration process. I am an immigration lawyer, although I don't always dress like one. Tomorrow I have to wear a suit. Darn it, because I have to go to a naturalization interview tomorrow. So how about that? That'll be exciting. I'm excited about that. Haven't been to a Nats interview in a while, and luckily, it's a pretty straightforward case, so it should be fun. How's everybody doing? I see Jude. Dr. Jude is here. Stephen is here and in the waiting room. Muhammad is asking how to get online. Traylene is here. Christine is here. We did start a little bit early, but that's, like I said, because we have to leave a little bit early. Christine is here. Yeah, Christine's asking about the timelines. Christine must be new to the show because we talk all the time about how the timelines are just made up. All right. Kawika's here from Kentucky. Maggie's here in New Jersey. Christine says good evening to everyone. Nasir is watching in Toronto, as he often is. Christine says hello to me. Lindy's here. Hi, Lindy. New York City in the house. Cold and rainy for Bernadine. I don't know where Bernadine lives. Here's a nice thought. Our life isn't perfect, but we should be thankful for everything. Well, I would agree with that. We got TT in Orlando. We got Ed down in Tennessee. We got Virginia. I'll be in Virginia on Friday. So check this out. My son Yusuf is a junior in the English department at the University of Virginia. Go Cavs. And he's been awarded a scholarship from the English department. They said that he is, as a rising senior, is one of their best students. So he got a little scholarship for next year. So that's pretty exciting. Tyrone says, blessed wishes to everybody. Umaru's trying to get into the OG club. He's getting pretty good, pretty close. Christina's in Fort Lauderdale. Patricia's here. Carolina's here in St. Louis, finishing the workday. Nadia wants to know, can you travel after you submit your N400? Nadia, I'm ashamed to admit that I used to tell people not to travel after they submit their N400, but yes, you can travel. Of course, no trips too long. And of course, if you're too close to not having enough time outside the United States, then I wouldn't leave too early. Gigi is here. Hina is here. Hello, Hina. Mercedes says hello. Oh, also known as Olga from Havana. And everyone's saying congrats to Yusuf. UVA is a great school. All right, all right. With that, welcoming everybody. We'll continue to welcome everybody, but we'll get the show started with Manny. Hi, Manny.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Good. So I remember we spoke maybe close to a month ago or a little less than a month ago. Can you see me?
I can't see you. You went off screen, so I made it just me.
I just have questions and I'm going to answer off my phone in the notes, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember you saying I needed to get 994. I applied for one. I got that. It states that I can stay in the States for 6 months. So, and then I actually had an interview today. I went in person for an interview to see what, if I can work or not and things like that, just at a shop down here. And the guy had some questions in order for me to ask you. So he was wondering if I can work with the I-94.
So what kind of a visa did you have to come to the United States?
Well, I just have a Canadian passport. I just came through with that.
So no, you can't work in the United States. You don't have authorization.
Right. Okay. So, but I have the I-94.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't give you the right to work in the United States.
Okay. So online though it says that I can with it states that I can with the I-94 up to 90 days.
Okay. There are lots of kinds of I-94s, but an I-94 is proof of status, and lots of different kinds of people have I-94s. But someone who's visiting from Canada has no right to work in the United States, so you can't work in the United States.
Okay. So that's a no. And then also I was looking at a social security card, and it was stating that I need to get an I-765 or 766 form, employment authorization document.
An I-765.
Yeah. And then also any additional documents would be ideal for the work that I'm going to be doing with this company.
You can't work at this company. What in the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? You don't just come to the United States from Canada and start working because you feel like it. You have to have work authorization from the federal government.
That's what I'm asking though. How do I get that authorization? What do I do? And
You're here visiting. You have to find a way to get status in the United States. You have to go to school and finish your schooling and get OPT, or you have to find an employer to sponsor you. You don't just show up and say, oh, I have an I-94, or oh, I'm going to grab an EAD. What are you talking about?
No, of course. So my next thing is my partner and I we're planning on getting married.
Now we're talking.
Okay. So what as soon we're in the process of doing that. I haven't done anything. I haven't gone to anyone yet, but we're planning on doing that. So I don't know all the documents I need to send in. There's just way too much stuff, and it's very overwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah.
To look at. So what is it that I need to take to the immigration services or USCIS, whatever that saying, whatever the
Is your partner a U.S. citizen?
she is, yes.
And have either of you been married before?
No.
And how long have you known each other?
Since December.
December?
Yes.
And you want to get married?
Yes.
Why so fast? Just so you can work in the United States?
No. It's just we feel we love each other. So what's
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just asking because that's what they're going to ask. They're going to ask, why did you get married so fast?
Well, my story is kind of like interesting is how everything aligned, and where I'm at in my life and where she's at in her life and how we met. So, but I don't want to disclose it to you on here because there's other people on here.
That's fine. Well, basically, if you guys do get married, then your partner will file an I-130 petition saying, I'm a U.S. citizen and I want to sponsor Manny for a green card. And then you'll file an I-45 and the I-765 and hopefully the I-131 in case you have to go back to Canada. Otherwise, you're stuck here until your green card gets approved. You can't get married in the first 60 days after you entered. Your spouse is going to have to file an affidavit of support, which is called an I-864. And you're going to have to do a medical exam, which is called an I-693. If you want our help with it, we can help with it. This is what we do all day long is marriage-based green card. So if you need our help because you're overwhelmed, that's okay too.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I just don't know which route to go or like what's the quickest way and fastest way, and it probably would be to help you, but financially, I don't have the funds to cough up whatever amount it is. So I know you guys said you guys do payment plan or something like that.
Yep. We also have a finance company too. So yeah, for us it's $2,500 up front and then $500 a month for 5 months.
Okay. So you said she needs to file an I-45 when what else?
No. Look, I have lots of videos to talk about this. You can find them out on the YouTube channel. Basically, it's an I-130, an I-45, an I-765, an I-131, an I-864, and an I-693. If you need to get more details, you can either look on the channel or you can watch the replay and write those forms down.
Okay.
I'm gonna get going, Manny. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.
See ya. All right. Alan is here. Hello, Alan.
Hi, Mr. Jim. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friend. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. I'm really glad that you're helping, immigrant newcomers, to get their stuff done.
Sure.
I have a question regarding I'm a U.S. citizen, regarding, parole. Parole for immediate relative. My immediate relatives, like my mom and my sibling lives in Afghanistan, so I'm about to file 131 parole for them, and as well as there is 130 for. So I'm just in between, like which way should I go, like 130 or 131, or as well as yeah.
Well, go ahead and file for a humanitarian parole for all of them. I think that program is always going to be under attack. It's always going to be slow. It's always low on their priority, but there's no real downside to filing an I-131 for all of them. Is your mother are you a U.S. citizen?
I am. No, my mom is over there. My mom.
You're a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yes,
so you can file an I-130 for her, and that'll just take a couple years. If you have siblings, that takes 17 years. So go ahead and apply for humanitarian parole. We don't handle those cases, but and that's because mostly I think that it's sort of a pipe dream. I don't think the government's going to support those applications for long, especially if Trump gets elected. So you can go ahead and file them. They're not going to go fast. Nothing fast is going to happen, but there's no real downside other than the cost of filing those.
I see. I have some, financial difficulties. There is an option to fee waiver. I mean, as when I file 131 for parole, and as I gotta file 134 for declaration of financial something.
Yeah.
So what about if I ask for fee waiver? Is it gonna work out? Because they're saying that the types of you should have under poverty income something.
Yeah, let me put it to you this way. Do you think it'll help to ask for the fee waiver, or do you think it'll hurt to ask for the fee waiver?
I have no idea. I don't
come on. No, you know the answer because you asked the question. You know the answer. Of course, it's going to make it less likely that they're going to approve it if you do the fee waiver. I mean, number one, getting them to receipt it on the fee waiver is hard in and of itself. Like just getting them to pay attention to a fee waiver request. I've seen people have to send it in 2 or 3 times just for the fee waiver request. Then they start processing. Now, on humanitarian parole is probably one of the few kinds of cases that I'd be okay with asking for the fee waiver, just because I don't think it's going to actually work.
Okay, so what about the 130 or 130 for my mom? If I apply, I just see the on USCIS website there's an alert for Afghan people, and it's saying that let me.
Oh, got disconnected. Sorry, buddy. All right, somebody's got a complex case. Hello, MD Sao. Complex case. Hello.
Hello, Jim. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you talk a little louder, please? I can barely hear you. Go ahead. Tell me about your complex case.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Oh, that's a lot better. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for adding me. And sorry for my broken English.
You're doing great.
I have a situation. Let's talk about this. My situation is I'm a resident permanent of Canada, and I'm living in Canada, and I have a French citizenship and B1, B2 visa. And I wish to marry someone who has applied for asylum in US, in New York City, especially in New York City, in Brooklyn, and since 2016, and she's still waiting for interview appointment.
Okay.
Okay. And my question is, it is possible to marry this person in New York with a B1, B2 status without any condition prior stay in USA?
Well, you'd have to check the rules in New York to see if they let people on a B1, B2 get married. Most states do, but that's something you'd want to check before you come.
Okay. And if that possible, we suppose that possible. If that possible, it is possible to continue to going in and out between US and Canada to visit her or something, or do I need to stay in New York with her or something like that? The goal is I want to apply for her to come to join me in Canada because we don't know how long that's gonna take to have an appointment or something like that,
Do permanent residents in Canada have the right to sponsor a spouse to come to the United States or to Canada? They do. Yeah. So I'm just worried that if she marries you, that's going to probably kill her asylum case.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys have to make a decision about what your long-term plan is. If you want to apply for her, obviously you have to actually be married. So if the plan is, what I'm saying is I don't think you're going to be able to have it both ways. Once you marry her, I think her asylum case chances go down because they could say, why don't you just go live in Canada with your husband?
Yeah. I got you. And the other situation, we have a child.
So they're the U.S. citizen in the whole mix.
Yeah, the child.
Yeah. Okay. So what about that?
I don't know. I'm a little bit confused, about this situation. I don't wanna going down for her case because she waiting for a long time for interview, and I don't wanna. At the same time, I don't wanna be stuck in New York City without possibility to going out.
So do you think she has a very, very strong asylum case, or is it sort of a weak asylum case?
I think she has a strong asylum case.
Did a lawyer file it?
Yeah. She already had a lawyer. Yeah.
I mean, if she had already been granted asylum in the United States, would you rather be in Canada or in America?
Maybe in USA if she granted.
Yeah. So if she got granted asylum, so I don't know how your money situation is, but you could sue them to get the asylum case moving if everybody thinks it's a strong case. And then once she knows, then that might give you greater clarity or greater idea of what you want to do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And can I contact you for a consultation?
We don't do consultations, but if you're thinking about hiring us to help with your wife's asylum case and suing them, we can talk to you about that and then going from there. Yeah, sure. Just send us an email.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
No problem.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day. All right. Steven is back. Hello, Steven. Nope, Steven's frozen. Darn it. Gigi's here. Hello, Gigi.
Hey, Jim. What's up?
How you doing, kid?
I'm good. So just an update. We got accepted in the interview, and they're issuing the visa. But you see, I've been recently, I've been telling you all about my family situation, my brother, and all and stuff.
Your brother's in the United States, right?
He is, yeah. He is in the United States. Also, the lady there, she told us that he was supposed to come to the interview with us.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, when he asked a lot of people, a lot of attorneys and stuff, they told him, "Don't go. It's gonna mess you up. We're not sure if you're actually going to be accepted there." I think you also told him it would might cause, like, might not be accepted if he goes, because he kind of like lied to the, I don't know, to them.
When he
So
when he got his student visa.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember.
So yeah, so he told me he's going to be emailing you, to have you help him on his case. I'm not really sure if he did that, but
First of all, I don't know if he did. Second of all, I couldn't say it on the air anyway, and I probably couldn't even tell you because that would be
okay.
a client confidential client communication.
Oh man, okay. Okay, so there's something that about me. Now, I'm still a junior student in university. Next year, I'll be a senior, and I'm very excited, and I really love my friends here. I'm very happy in
Oh,
here.
I know this routine. You don't want to come yet.
I do not want to come yet, and the problem is, the what was it called? The prioritization date was in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we filed it like a very long time ago, so we did not expect it to happen like that. We kind of forgot about it. So I made my plan and everything, my life. I have my life here, so I'm not really sure if I want to go, but I don't want to leave my family. So my issue here is, how long do I need to stay there to keep my visa and not have it revoked, or my green card and not have it revoked? Because A, I don't want to lose it, and B, I don't want to stay away from my family. And I also want to finish this year. I don't want to take a gap year or anything. I want to graduate with my friends. I want to, start a life, So how long?
Do we have any idea when the deadline is going to be to come to the United States? You don't have the visas yet, right?
Yeah, I think it will be around December or so.
You'll have until December to go.
I think, don't we have like 6 months from
It depends how old the medical is.
The medical examination was 20. I think it was like,
this year?
Wait, what? What did
It wasn't this year. It was a different year than this year.
you say?
Your medical exam, was it this year or last year?
Oh yes, it was this year. It was a few days ago, actually. It was right before Eid.
Okay, so I believe you'll get 6 months from that day of the medical to come to the United States. So
Yep.
can you come this summer and hang out for like a month and a half? Hopefully your green card will come. And then what I would say is you just need to come back every 6 months so that you don't lose your green card.
Every 6 months, because that lady, the officer lady, she was like, that you're not going, that you cannot actually like go back to university. I was like, yeah, sure. My father nudged me and he was like, don't say,
Right.
So yeah,
Well, I mean, it's gonna be
yeah.
What'd you say? She was stern?
She was stern, so it was very scary. So I was like, yeah, sure.
So let's say you get your visa May 1st and you have 5 months to use it. So that's October 1st. So what I would say, when's the whole family want to go? Do you have an idea when they're going?
Around like mid-June, because I'm gonna finish my tests like beginning of June. I actually have a test tomorrow. I'm so scared, but yeah.
So I would go with all of them in June. Make sure. Have you guys paid your Ellis fees yet? Did you pay the Ellis fees?
I think my father is planning to pay them these next few days. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So hopefully you're green. So if you go in June, when does school start back up?
Around like September, but like at the end of September.
Okay. So that gives you a good chunk to hang out in the United States. What city are you guys going to live in? Do you know?
Minnesota.
Oh, nice. My son's a freshman at the University of Minnesota.
So you have, how many sons do you have?
I have 3, and everybody on here is trying to get me to marry off one of my sons to you. You know that, right? They put that all.
What?
They did. Yeah, they all started that last. They said, "Oh, Jim, you should have her meet up with one of your sons." So maybe when you're in Minneapolis, you can do that. But in any event,
I'm kind of reserved.
in any event, when you come, hopefully you get your green card. Then you go back home, you do your first semester in Egypt, and then can you come back like over the year-end break, like Christmas break or all that stuff?
I could try, sure, but how long do I need to stay?
A day.
Oh, okay.
You just need to not be gone for more than 6 months.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And so you come for a week and 2 weeks, see your whole family, then you go back and finish your last semester, graduate with all your friends, and then you come back with your green card and you're good to go.
And so do I just keep doing that until I get the citizenship or whatever?
No, after that you're coming to America. After that you're coming to work towards your citizenship. Yeah.
I don't think I want that.
Yeah, you do, dude. You do. You want that green card.
Sure, but I don't want I don't think I want to work hard for that citizenship.
What do you mean work hard? You can sit on your butt for 3 years or 5 years and then
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to leave the people here, you know?
Oh, I see. All right. Well, I would say take it one thing at a time. And the first thing I would say is don't lose your green card while you're doing your senior year. That's completely doable, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you, Jim.
All right, Gigi,
And
we'll see
I
you.
will keep updating you.
All right, great. I'll see you soon. What a cutie. Oh my gosh. She really reminds me of my niece, Yasmin. All right. Every time I go to Steven, he's locked up. So I don't know. Steven, are you there? There he is.
Yeah. Hello,
Hi, buddy.
Jim. Jim, listen, I have a question. Like, remember I told you I just won the asylum.
Yeah.
Can I file for the green card right now?
Oh, again, I don't. Didn't we talk about this the other day? No, we didn't talk about this the other day. Steven?
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about this the other day?
No.
Okay. So generally, you have to wait 1 year from your asylum grant to apply for a green card. They started playing around with the rules to say that if you've been in the United States for more than a year beforehand, you can still wait. But we haven't been able to refine that rule, so we don't know if that rule is still in effect. So we've been telling everybody to wait a year.
Oh, okay. Jim, the last question is, so I changed my address from the one that USCIS have to Virginia, but that is not my physical address where I live. I have an apartment, but I want all my mails to go to my sister's place in Virginia. So, but I get all my mails, a ticket or bank statement, everything to my physical address without affect any of my petition, the letter from the USCIS, because I updated my address, putting my sister's address there.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm just living in an apartment and I can live there anytime. I don't want to keep changing address.
So my general advice is to always use your actual address with USCIS. That being said, you're asking me, do I think so? You haven't received the I-94 card with the asylum grant, and you're wondering if that's going to make it to your sister's house in Virginia. Is that the question?
No, the question is if I get any letter from the USCIS or any email, will it go to my sister's place?
I don't know. I mean, they're notorious for not sending stuff to the right address. They might send it to the old address. They might send it to your sister. We just don't know. Just got to pay attention everywhere.
Okay, Jim. That is my question. All right, thank
Bye,
you.
Steven. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's go to Saeed. Hello, Saeed. You're on mute.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So let me put myself down. Okay. So I got a question. I have a friend of mine who got her green card, and she stayed here in the States for about 3 months. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she went back overseas because she has a special needed daughter, so she can't stay here. She couldn't stay here, that long until her daughter gets her green card. So she went back and she stayed there for, I want to say, 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
Without coming back?
Without coming back.
So do you know what they call that person?
What do they call that person?
Not a lawful permanent resident.
I know. But she came back, and at the airport, she explained to them her situation and her daughter's situation and what she was doing and all this stuff. After all, they told us she has to pay a fee.
Yeah.
And they let her sign some papers.
Okay.
And they let her in. And that was like, I think 2 years ago.
And she's stayed here since?
Yeah, she stayed here since.
Is the kid with her?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Now the question is, she wants to know what kind of papers. What did she sign on? When she came in, she didn't speak good English. Her daughter her other daughter speak a little bit English, and they don't read what's on the papers, and they don't know what's going on. They just signed just to get in.
The officers only spoke to her in English?
Yes, they did.
So she can do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Yes.
From CBP, and she should do that from CBP and from USCIS. She should ask for all of her documentation, and she should be able to get a copy of it, especially if she knows where she went through customs and what date it was.
Yeah, I told about the FOIA, which is what you just said.
That's right.
I wasn't sure which department we have to use it as. The USCIS and what else? The
CBP, Customs and Border Protection.
And once she gets that, she'll be able to see all the documents she signed on and all the information.
Inshallah. We don't know, hopefully, but that CBP is not so great at keeping good records. So the more information she has, like send them a copy of her green card and send her a copy of, she doesn't have any paperwork from that day?
No, she doesn't have any papers.
Okay. Well, she should be able to track it down and then go from there. But is she thinking about applying for citizenship?
Yeah, later on, yeah. You don't have any idea what they made her sign on?
So it's probably related to that fine that she paid. It's called an I-407, I think, and so that's probably what she had to sign. And it would be there's probably a statement line by line of what they said and she said. It's probably half bullshit, but obviously they felt bad enough for her to let her in, so she should be okay.
So somebody told us that if she leaves again,
yeah, she shouldn't leave.
Even if for a few months just to visit or something, she will lose a green card.
Yeah, she shouldn't leave until she becomes a citizen.
Okay. So she has to apply for a citizenship first, get her citizen, then she'll be able to leave and all that.
Yeah, and she'll have to wait 4 years and 1 day from the date she came back to apply for citizenship.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Saeed. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Did you guys notice that our friend All-In has left the great state of Texas and is currently in Illinois? What's that all about? I guess All-In wants to see how the rest of the country lives. But that's sort of funny that All-In. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the presses. Speaking of Texas, our friend Lewis is here. Hi, buddy.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Very well. Austin representing.
Man, I was just talking about Austin. One of our paralegals was in Austin last week, and she was telling me how much she loved it, and I was agreeing.
It's a great city. It's a great city. I think it's the most normal city in this state.
Well, yeah, it's the little blue section in the heart of Texas.
Life is good. You're well?
We are good. Yeah, I'm going to San Diego. I'm going to Virginia this week for Yusuf's little award ceremony, and then I'm going to San Diego State next week for Izzy's graduation. So yeah, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm heading up to Chicago tomorrow.
Oh, nice. What are you gonna do?
We've got our North America team offsite, and Friday we will take I'll take the whole team, and we've got the Chicago Cubs against somebody.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. I think I'll be more interested in the socializing and the hospitality perhaps than the sport. But
do you like baseball?
I prefer cricket.
Cricket. I was watching soccer yesterday. Tottenham lost to Arsenal. We were very upset at our house.
That was the first thing I was going to mention. I wondered if you wanted to talk about that, Jim.
No.
As an Arsenal fan, did you want to make a comment?
No comment, sir. No comment. I do think, despite the fact that we gave up 3 goals in the first half, I thought we played pretty well. It was just some bad luck, and we had a couple of those shots that went off the crossbar or whatever it's called, and it made me mad. But
it was a fantastic advert for the Premier League because it was a great game, and for the neutral, what a game!
It was a great game, and I don't know if I told you, we went to that stadium, so it was fun to see it all. So yeah, it was fun.
Look, that's the best stadium in the UK at the moment.
Gorgeous.
It was the Emirates. Then Wembley took the best bit of the Emirates, and Spurs took the best bits of Wembley. So good on them.
Yeah. Well, have fun in Chicago.
Thank you. Couple of things for you.
Yes,
Firstly, sir. It's hard to believe, but Thursday will be 1 year of green card already. Crazy. 20% of the way.
Congrats.
It's exciting. So trips abroad, and you mentioned it about you should create a trip calculator and a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I already have one, so I'm happy just to send that, and you can just
sure, that'd be
share
great.
that with anyone that wants it. But here's my question for you. We've booked a Alaska cruise. So going up to Alaska, obviously that's in America. But as you may know, the Jones Act of 1920, I've been doing my reading, says that a foreign vessel can't sail from the US to the US, which is why every Alaska cruise always pops into Canada somewhere along the journey. It'll either stop in Canada, start in Canada, end in Canada. Now, the question is, what does one put on the N400? Like nothing quite like prepping for 4 years in advance, but good to keep records. The N400 guidance says don't include trips where the entire trip was completed within 24 hours. Well, the entire trip isn't going to be completed in 24 hours. Yet you could argue that the day you entered Canada and the day you left America are more than 24 hours, but the following day. So I guess the key question is, what does one do if one wants to do things correctly, but it's not obvious given that you're not really entering Canada for very long?
Are you sure that you're not a lawyer? I mean, who worries about these things? You're getting ready.
I worry about these things. I have a spreadsheet. One of the tabs in the spreadsheet pre-fills part 8. Although the new N400, I've had to change my entire spreadsheet because they changed part 8.
Yeah, that's funny. It doesn't matter, Lewis. Whichever you want. I would list it, but it doesn't matter.
Maybe a case of overthinking this.
For sure.
Hey, and one other one.
4 years away.
One other one, excitingly. So I got a new citizenship last week as well. My grandparents were Czechoslovakian, escaped during the war, and through doing research and a lot of Google Translate, found out that I could apply, and I've received Czech citizenship.
Nice.
On all of my USCIS documents, of course, I've only listed one citizenship. When it comes to N400 time, presumably I should then list 2 and put a notation explaining the date that I became Czech so that they don't think that I tried to hide the fact that suddenly I've become Czech. Yep. Good. Well, that's kind of what I was hoping you would say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I've got for you.
Thanks, buddy. Good seeing you.
Love to the family. Keep well.
I'll see you soon.
See you, man. Bye-bye.
Bye, Lewis. Oh, that's one of our favorites. That's Lewis. Julia says Lewis a Capricorn. That I don't know. We can wait till he applies for citizenship, then we might find out. Hono is here. Hello, Hono. Hono, are you there? We can't hear you. Something's up with your audio. Sorry, Hono. We'll try to come back. All right. Donna's here, everybody. Did you know Donna's here? So good to see her. Seaman's here. Hello, Seaman.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing, bud?
My name is Seaman. Well, you can call me Simon. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm from Seattle, and I just finished work. And me and my wife, we had some little issue right now, and we so. Long story short, I tried to explain it just the facts, so I'm not gonna waste time. I get I just received my green card. I'm originally from Ukraine. I'm sorry. I want to apologize for my English too.
Your English is great.
Thanks. So, originally I'm from Ukraine. I have a Ukrainian passport, but it's expired. I do have a green card. I want to go and visit my family, but not to fly in Ukraine. I want to go somewhere like Moldova or Romania or Turkey, somewhere around there. Unfortunately, right now they stop updating passports in consul or some other embassy. And my question is, it will help is it do anything to me form I-131 for travel passport? Because I already fill it up, everything, but we didn't send it yet.
But you got your green card based on marriage?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't get a refugee travel document if you got your green card based on marriage, so that can't help you.
Right, but I'm not applying for refugee travel passport. I'm applying for re-entrance passport.
It's not a re-entrance passport. It's a re-entry permit. That's a different thing.
Right, sorry. Re-entry permit.
Re-entry permit doesn't act as your passport. Re-entry permit just allows you to leave the United States and be gone for up to 2 years. That's a very different thing.
Okay, so
it's confusing because they use the same form, the I-131 they use it for like 4 different things. It's confusing, but no.
Okay, so it's no way me to fly. So basically, I can buy tickets, but no one's gonna allow me to sit in an airplane and fly because I don't have a valid Ukrainian passport. Correct?
Correct.
So it doesn't make sense at all me to apply for that stuff, right?
That's right.
Okay, sir. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Seaman. See you, buddy. All right. Yu is here. Hello, Yu.
Hi, Jim. My name is Yu Zhao, and so I have about 9 years of work experience in the U.S.
Good. I thought you were going to say I have 9 questions for you. I'm glad you don't have 9 questions.
I only have 2.
That's good. 9 years of work experience in the United States, like on an H-1B or what?
Yeah, I was on H-1B. I was on OPT, and I was on H-1B. And in December of 2022, my H-1B expired.
Right.
My employer then said my EB-2 priority date was current for more than a year, and I wouldn't, and they wouldn't file an H-1B renewal because it will be rejected. I don't know. Sorry.
You mean had they filed for had they started the process of getting you the green card or no?
No, so I had 2 approved perms and I have 2 approved I-140, employment-based I-140, and they were with previous employers.
Okay.
And in 2022, my employer then filed perm, but it was being adjudicated.
Okay.
And at that time, my priority date, which was established with a previous employer, was current for a year. Okay. And they said that my H1 they said that they wouldn't file H1B renewal because it would be rejected. I do not know if that is true, but they sent me to Canada, and that's where I am where I live in now. So my question is, I'm thinking about applying for EB2 and IW. I used to work, at the big tech companies, but I do not have research experience. But I could potentially, collaborate with previous colleagues and publish papers and stuff. So my question is, how much research is required? How many citations? How much paper?
Well, I mean, first, so you're not moving forward on either of the I-140s?
I'm thinking about doing NIW and reuse the priority date from the previous I-140s.
But as far as any employer sponsoring you for the I-140s, you're not going to do that.
I don't know. I mean, how do I do that? Because
they don't want to sponsor you, in other words.
And then they laid me off after they sent me to Canada.
I gotcha. Okay.
There was a tech layoff and all that.
So the question I would ask you, and this is the first question I ask everybody, putting aside the number of publications and citations and all that stuff is, why is it in the national interest of the United States to not require you to find an employer to sponsor you? You've found two before. What is it about your field of study that makes the government say to itself, well, we don't really need him to find an employer. He's got pretty good credentials, or he's going to do work in the national interest of the United States?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's a vague question.
That's the number one.
I can make an argument on my side, and I can make an argument against my case. So I don't really know how to answer that. Well, I guess that's part of my question, right? What's the criteria? If I could, for example, if I publish 5-10 papers,
let's not count. What work do you do? What work do you do? And is it like, to me, if somebody's working on COVID research or nanotechnology or something, or like making sure bridges don't fall down when they get hit by barges, like that's work in the national interest. But if it's like, I'm a financial analyst and I crunch numbers for big companies, then I don't see why.
I work in machine learning and artificial intelligence. The work I do, so I used to work in financial companies, and designing training algorithms using the machine learning and artificial intelligence. And then in tech, I was designing. I was doing similar line of work, doing machine learning work.
Why don't you email me your CV and I'll show it to Andrew? And we don't charge people to tell them if we think they've got a decent NIW case. We're sort of conservative. I usually push back on it and I say, if you're so great, why can't you find an employer to sponsor you? But that's just me being mean and trying to make sure you don't spend money.
I mean, honestly, I can find employers to sponsor me, but I have to redo perm and all that. It's a longer time, right? My priority date is current. Oh, actually, my second question is, if I could do NIW, is it possible to reuse the previous EB2 priority date?
I don't know. I'd have to research that. I don't know.
I have to research that. Got it.
Thanks, you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yep, you too. All right. Alexis is here. Are you driving, Alexis?
I am, but I'm going to pull over right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Hello. Thanks for taking my question.
Sure. What's up?
Okay. So my husband was actually just on and I was watching him as Simon, but he didn't ask the question that I wanted him to ask. So
big dummy.
So the travel document isn't going to help him, but because it's so live right now, the way that they're changing the rules for Ukrainian citizens, is there any way that he can travel outside of America?
He can't and he shouldn't.
Okay.
How long has he had his green card?
A week.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't go anywhere. He should just sit tight.
Okay.
Unless he can get a passport, he should not leave the United States.
Got it. Okay, so how long after receiving his green card can he apply for citizenship?
So are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
So 3 years, 2 years and 9 months.
Got it. Okay, so from now till then, there's just nothing we can do.
Right.
Okay.
Unless he can get a passport.
Yeah, they're refusing to renew any passports because they want everyone to go back and fight. But he's been here for 20 years, so he's not really.
I got it.
So there's also, sorry, just one other question.
Yeah.
There is a way, because his grandfather was born before 1940, we found out that he could possibly get Moldovan citizenship. Do you think we could get any kind of travel document to go to Moldova for him to get a passport from there?
No. You'd have to do it here.
Okay. Oh, is that possible to go to a Moldovan?
If they have a consulate here, I don't know.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, Alexis.
Bye.
Yep. Angel's here. Hi, Angel.
Hi, Jim. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm good. I have a very important question for you. Today I had an interview at USCIS with my wife for an N-400 naturalization case, and it didn't go well. I'll tell you what happened. We this is the second time we went there. My wife's hearing impaired, So the one of the supervisors said that wasn't a disability, so they couldn't accommodate us. Yeah, I know, and I think and they messed up with us. They messed up. This is like the second time, so they're gonna send us a letter so we can go back and try it again. But I think we got the runaround today, and I think and I was upset about it. So what do you think, Jim?
What field office?
New Jersey, Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
And what was she asking? Was she asking to be able to take it with a sign language translator, or what was she asking?
They put a translator on the phone, but my wife can't hear. So my wife doesn't know sign language either. And I explained to them the only thing my wife can do is read lips and understand Spanish. So and the doctors all certified. I went to 4 doctors and they all certified she cannot read or understand the English language or learn it. That's because the first time it got denied, they were missing some codes in the N648 form. I think that's the form that they filled out.
It is, yeah.
Okay, that form was filled in correctly. So they gave us an extension to correct it with the doctors again. So that was corrected. But then when we came there today, they're like, well, what's going on here? They didn't know anything about the case. Like they screwed up. And then the supervisor came. He apologized to me. He said, I'm sorry for what happened. But that I was just really, my wife and I, we were just really upset about it. And we had an attorney, but it's a female attorney, but she didn't really, she just asking. She said you might need a litigation lawyer to handle this mess that they made today. So, I don't know.
It's outrageous.
It was outrageous, sir. It was. So so what's going to happen next, Jim? We're going to get a letter, but what can we do about the situation?
I would say when you get that letter, scan it all in with everything that's happened so far. Send it to me, and I'll try to help.
I'll do that.
I don't know how exactly, but it'll probably be by threatening to sue them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking about because they really messed up. They, like I said,
while things are fresh in your mind, can you just write down every single thing that happened today? So that just keep it in a letter to me, an email to me, or in a Google Doc, just so that we have all of your notes. If your wife remembers any, talk it all through with her. Make sure she remembers some too. That's
even my attorney said she was willing to help as well. She would sign
an affidavit.
Yeah. So yeah, I could do that for you, Jim. Sure. Email to the information. But it was a disaster today, sir. It was just a disaster.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because New Jersey, but I'm not going to say that.
No, I won't say it, but they apologized. The supervisor came in there. He apologized for what happened because we did everything the first officer told us to do on the first occasion. So getting that straight out for the medical forms. But then when we came back today, it was just a mess. It didn't go well at all, sir.
So do a whole chronology. The first time you went there, what happened the first time? Write it all out and send it to me, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, Jim. Appreciate your help.
Bye, buddy. See ya.
Thank you.
Ridiculous. Confused with 3 questions. Hello, confused. Are you there? Hello, confused. All right. Confused is so confused they don't know how to answer the phone. Hono is back.
Yeah.
There he is. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Great. What's up?
So I got a question, Jim. I had my interview. Citizenship is coming next month. So, but when first I came here, I forgot. I didn't know I have a son. So I just found out after.
Wait a minute. That old trick. We've heard that before.
So,
how did you not know you had a son?
So I found out like that was after my interview, I was leaving and then my girlfriend decided to tell me that I had a son, so.
Okay. So then when you've never listed that child on any.
No, because I didn't know. When
how did you find out you have a son?
So I won lottery. I came here by the lottery, So
the DV.
Yeah, DV lottery. So when the first I won lottery, I keep a secret, So when I did everything and then I after my interview, so I told people I wanna I'm going to travel, So that's when they decided to tell me, hey, you had a son,
So you're going to have to. The officer is not going to like what you're telling me. What country are you from?
DRC.
What is it?
DRC Congo.
DRC. So they're going to think that you lied on your DV application because you thought that if you had a kid, you wouldn't be able to come to the United States.
if I knew I had the right to put my kid, you know. So I didn't lie, because if I knew I had a son, I could
Okay.
easily put my
But you
kid
have,
on the application, you know. So
but what I'm saying is you have to prove it. You have to prove it. So they're gonna start the whole thing by believing that you lied to them. So you're going to have to prove to them that you're going to have to prove to them that you didn't know about this. So you can't just show up and say, I didn't know about this. You're going to need to get you probably need a lawyer's help, and you probably need to get a statement from whoever it was that told you. You probably need to get a statement from the child's mother. Do you know who the mother is? Like, have you talked to them?
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you're going to have to prove it up, and you're going to have to prove it up. Otherwise, they're going to say that you lied to them, and then the whole thing might unravel.
But the fact I didn't know, you know, because if I knew, I could like put my child on the application. And
You're not listening. You have to prove it. Just knowing doesn't mean shit. You've got to prove it. They want to deny your citizenship. They want to take away your green card. They want to say that you lied to them to get the diversity visa lottery case approved. That's when you sit across from them, that's what they're going to be thinking. This son of a bitch lied to us. He knew he had this kid. He had this baby mama back home. He didn't tell us about her. And the reason he didn't tell us about her or that kid is because he thought that if he did, we wouldn't give him the diversity visa. And so therefore, if he lied to us, we never should have given him that visa. We never should have given him that green card. And now we're sure as hell not going to give him his citizenship.
When I came here and I go back to marry my baby mama, and you know, I filed a petition. So you know,
wait, you did or you going to?
I already did after I came here. You know, after I knew I had a son, so I go back and then get married. You know, so I don't know.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Now things have changed.
Yeah.
So I thought that you just found out the other day that you had this kid, but you've known for a while.
I said I didn't know. I just found out after my interview. After I let him know, I'm gonna travel. You know, because I waited until my interview. So I let him know I'm gonna travel. You know, that was the time they told me, hey, you had a son, you blah 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 blah, and then I flew.
So this is much worse than I thought.
Like, I don't know.
When did you apply for the baby mama?
Like the kids?
Yeah, you filed for the baby mama?
Yeah. I
When?
went back to marry her, you know.
When?
That wasn't 2020. That wasn't 20.
They're going to crucify you on your citizenship case. It's not going to be fun. They're going to be all over you. They're not going to like this case at all. They're going to say you knew when you showed up at the embassy they're going to say you probably were really married to the baby mama, that you had this kid, you knew about it all the time, and you lied to them. And the reason that's going to happen is because they have seen this movie many times. I've seen this movie before. And specifically, I've seen this movie from DRC. So they're going to be all over you. They're going to be convinced that you lied to them. You've got to you should seriously think about withdrawing that citizenship case. I'm not telling you to withdraw it, but you should seriously think about withdrawing it.
Okay.
All right, bye, Hona. See you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That'll do it on that great note. I wanted to show you something. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. Oh, the camera's up there. You probably can't see. But all those, I'll take a screenshot tomorrow. All those things on there are fake immigration hacking TikTok accounts. Fake immigration hacking TikTok accounts. One of them has 1,400 followers. That's the worst one of all. Immigration hacking 10. They've downloaded some of my videos and re-uploaded them as if they are them. Do not send anybody on TikTok money. Do not do anything other than watch the content. Don't believe anybody that talks to you. Don't engage with people in the comments. Be careful when it comes to my real immigration hacking is all one word. Immigration hacking, all one word. All the ones with numbers, spaces, underscores, all BS. So be careful who you try. Put your hand behind the phone when you pull. And I think it's too far, and there's a light up there. I will do a screenshot tomorrow and send it all to you. Hope you guys have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. Hooli, what time is the show? 3 p.m. Central. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got to go. Bye, guys. Bye, Hooli. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in the state of